Well, welcome to the video. We're gonna do Halloween 4 and 5 today. Sorry about the late things. We've been pretty busy over the weekend. So in this movie, Michael Myers returns after 10 years. They just say that he nearly burned to death and that he was in a coma for 10 years. And then we're going to move him, and then he just goes on his killing rampage as usual. So here's my problem with the movie. This looks the same. It looks completely weird. So in his costume, well, first he breaks out and he goes into a mechanic's place, and he goes and kills the mechanic. And he takes the mechanic's jumpsuit, and tries to kill Dr. Loomis returns as Donald Pleasence returns, and Dr. Loomis just tries to come back. It comes back, and they say that they nearly burned to death, which is completely wrong because we saw him burning to a crisp. So, yeah, he's right there. Now, his mask, he looks like a football player, and his mask has straight hair, retarded face, some weird eyebrows. Like, they kind of messed up the suit, but this movie is still good. So, Laurie Strode, we find out that she had a daughter, and then that Laurie Strode dies. Now, for my theory, is that she faked the death, which led to the age 20. So, yeah. But I'll get to that later. So, he goes and tries to go and kill his niece now, who is a foster child. She starts having dreams of him, even though she never met him, so they're like telepathically knowing each other some way. So then they go, and pretty much she just like, so she's played by Danielle Harris, who is also in both of the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes. She's Annie in that series, and her name is Jamie Lloyd in this movie. Now, obviously, pretty much Michael Myers just does the same thing over and over again. I mean, he literally goes and kills everybody the same way. He just goes, and they have her foster sister and all this other stuff that's happening, blah 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 blah. So yeah, it gets boring as hell. But he kills not that many people. Now, in this movie, we also find out that there's more people dressing up as him, that have the same costume, but this time it's as a joke. And so pretty much in the end, he's just shot to death, and he falls down a mine, and they call him dead. Then she goes back home, and she kills her thing. What's up, guys? So let's continue this video. I had to move location, but yeah. So pretty much what happened after Michael is declared dead, where they bring Danielle Harris or Jamie Lloyd's home, and she goes and kills her foster mom or stepmom, whatever you want to call it, and she kills her in the same way that Michael did in part 1 when he was a kid. So we thought that Halloween 5 was going to do that. It did not. And I'll get to that now. So, pretty much Halloween 5 shows that he only died because they had dropped a thing of TNT down the well, and he escaped into water. And this old hillbilly dude rescued him, and then he goes and kills the old man. Now that's kind of retarded, but the dude was blind, so yeah. So he grabbed the mask, which he looks different. Still, they couldn't do it right. This time it was a skinny dude, but a tall, skinny guy. So yeah, that was the bad thing about that one. What? So pretty much what happens is that Michael just returns and will kill Jeannie Lloyd. Now Jeannie Lloyd becomes, a mute. Didn't follow up any of that stuff. So she's having the nightmares again about her uncle, and she thinks that he's gonna come back. So it's kind of weird. She does end up getting some lines in the end, but yeah, she doesn't talk for pretty much the whole movie. About the last half or the last 25%, 25% of this movie, so a quarter of the movie, the last quarter of the movie, she starts talking. So in the beginning, we find out that the stepsister, the foster sister, I forgot her name. But the actor's name was Ellie, so I don't know that was her first name, but I don't know Ellie was the first name. I don't know her kid. Is it Michelle or something? No. But yeah, they have the dog and blah blah blah. And Mike Myers breaks in and kills her in the beginning after she takes a shower. Now I have a feeling though that they kind of keep doing this with the sexual things because they did that also inside what's it called? In Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie remake with Jamie Lloyd. Danielle Harris when she was young. When she was Annie and she came out of the shower and he just raped her. Or killed her while beating her up, and then he actually did. To be honest with you, I believe he raped her in that movie, but yeah. So really what happens, what happens is that he just goes trying to find her. She's panicking because she keeps seeing him, but it's really not him. It's like false thing. But then he finally kills the best friend, which is annoying. I don't remember her name either. That's how boring this movie is, because this is my second least favorite in the series. I don't like this movie that much. But pretty much she just goes and she gets killed off early. And then they just keep doing jokes. Once again, they have the people dressing up, and then they're doing jokes about Mike Myers going to kill them. And at first we start falling for it, and then when it's time for him to really kill, we just don't care, and we think it's a joke. That's how much this movie just pissed me off. But they were at a party, blah blah blah. Then he starts chasing her with the car. Now, Michael Myers takes his time with his killing, but he ends up catching up with them. However, he takes his time driving also. So that's not a good idea. So then, then in the end, they bore him to the Myers house, which was nothing like the original one. And then, oh my god, no! They start chasing after Jamie Lloyd up and down the laundry chute that wasn't there, all this other stuff. Then, some funny stuff happens. Dr. Loomis comes out of nowhere, goes crazy, you want the little girl, you want the little girl. He starts screaming at Michael Myers, and Michael Myers comes and tries to grab her, and then he drops a net on him, then shoots tranquilizer darts or something like that. Yeah. And then beats him with a piece of wood, a wood log. I mean, come on. And he is dead? No, he's not dead. And to be honest, there's a guy that keeps showing up that's in black. And even the director of this movie, the writer, didn't even know who he was. That's called retardedness. How do you not know who it is? Now, the biggest thing was that it was Michael's twin sister. Twin brother. Or just some random guy. He ends up being part of this clan thing, cult, clan, whatever you want to call it, called the Thorn. And then he goes to Michael in his cell. Yeah, a great idea. Put him in jail. That's retarded. He hasn't died yet, and they told him that he's going to be in jail until he dies. And then Jamie Lloyd says he never will. So yeah. Then the guy in the black suit comes and breaks him out, and kills all the cops. And then Jamie Lloyd just comes in, and then you see a van driving away. And the movie ends. Bad. Horrible ending to a pretty good but bad movie. Now, I didn't want to explain everything else because it's just annoying. So then, yeah, just pretty much an end. Back